Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we are making a bracelet. This one was pattern 67. We're doing it a second time. This time we are pointing the arrows of it towards the center, kind of like the last bracelet I did. It's just try something out a little bit different, see how it goes, and I like it. I liked the last one. I thought it turned out pretty neat. I kind of was pretty sure that this one would as well. I kind of played with the colors after making the pattern to make sure that it was going to kind of do something interesting. I kind of wanted, like, so this outermost layer is got the light color that sort of like goes around everything, and then it goes to the medium color, and then the dark color is at the center. And I thought that would make the most amount of sense, make the center as bold as possible, and see how that went. And yeah, I love it. It really turned out pretty cool. It used a little bit more of the light string than the other ones, I think. Either that or the light string started out shorter. I'm not really sure. I didn't really check it when I first got going. But at the end of it, the light strings seemed to be shorter. I wasn't sure why. Not that they were so short that I had to worry about the tassels or anything like that. Everything turned out fine. But I point that out in case, because I know that some of you guys, you like to try to cut the strings as short as possible, conserve what you can. There's really nothing wrong with that, other than the fact that you may end up with some bracelets that can't be completed because you run out of string. And I'm way more opposed to that than wasting some string in it. That's just my personal take, that you don't have to be that way. It's all good. But yeah, this is an interesting change. Like, when I compare this bracelet to the other previous make of it, I think this one stands out a little bit more. I think there is absolutely something about pointing it towards the center, and maybe I just do that from now on as opposed to doing both. I don't know. Oh wow. My timer just beeped because I nudged it. I didn't realize it was even still turned on. Yeah, I mean, I could seriously just take this as a lesson and say that always point it inwards. But maybe sometimes it could look better going the other way. I don't know. Maybe I just discovered my own personal preference, and that it's not necessarily so scientific or whatever. I don't know. Love to hear you guys' thoughts on it, because I am kind of curious. There does seem, for me, in my mind, something different about them pointing inwards that sort of kind of makes sense, if you will. Like, it's just I don't know, subjectively a better looking bracelet, I guess. So this bracelet took me about an hour to make. Nothing unusual there, same kind of size as about the average. So that was pretty cool. I think I mentioned before, like, these two bracelets that we were doing, I had cut the string in advance, planning to do it, but I did it wrong and have more strings in it than what these patterns actually use. So I had to cut string again to the, because Mandy had already done up the kumis for it. She just assumed I was going to make bigger bracelets. And so now, when I get done with all of this, I have to come up with some patterns for her bigger bracelets in similar colors. I don't know. I have not yet even began to try to figure that out yet. Maybe I'll do that later on. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. So yeah, this is coming into the center here, and I got a little bit nervous about how that works out. I didn't want to make mistakes or whatever. But yeah, it's just this the lighter color one makes this little bump in the side, and then the dark one comes all the way across. And then like in a moment here, we'll see that like it's a big long row. Wait, we're at the middle. That reminds me to thank my YouTube members for making this possible. Without their support, I wouldn't have this channel, because of the costs of things like string and the editing device and all the other stuff that kind of goes into making these videos. I wouldn't be able to do it without their help. So thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, it's made a big difference over here. So yeah, now we're going down the other way, and I don't know. I guess the starting out direction is the direction I kind of prefer. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not super hard to go the other way. It's a sort of basic kind of pattern. There are some zigzags involved, so you kind of have to be okay with that. But yeah, so like somewhere between beginner and intermediate, I suppose, is what I would call this. It's not too terribly difficult. Putting a flip in the middle probably makes it harder. But it's a cool look. It definitely changes the whole overall thing of it. So, and you can always slow down my videos, and I'm pretty sure like it won't make it exactly like real time, but it'll slow it down enough that you can like kind of get an idea of what's happening if you needed to. So yeah, I don't think like this took an hour of recording down to like 10 minutes. I can't imagine like if I only made it like 2 times speed, it would be an hour video would turn into 30 minutes. And I'm not sure anybody's prepared for a 30-minute video of me making bracelets. I mean, some people talk about it, but I don't know. If you really wanted to see that kind of version, I would suggest becoming a member and then just hang out for the live streams while I'm actually making stuff, and then you would see it in real time. And then you'd actually be able to ask questions and, work alongside. That would be kind of cool. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, so we're almost up to the light colored one. And then, yeah, so this light one is the last segment. So yeah, if you try this in other colors or experiment with it in whatever way, and you're open to sharing it with me, I would love to see it. You could share it over on Discord. I'd be curious as to see if you guys come up with something different. Maybe you change where the center point is, or somehow alter it in a way. That would be kind of cool. Although I have to say, this way did turn out pretty neat. It's a really elongated like X in it, like not like the last bracelet where it was sort of like the Super Bowl thing. This is more like a Spider-Man thing. That's pretty neat. And I definitely like the way that it went light, medium, dark. I think that definitely added to it. Oh yeah, mistake right there. The colors had to go inwards. Yeah, so this is getting near the end. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already hit the like button, please do that. That really helps out an awful lot. Thanks for watching this far in. I mean, a lot of people don't do that, so thank you for that. Here comes the big reveal. And like always, don't get your strings in a bunch.